So here's the thing, everybody wants to talk about cold calling, either it's dead or the way you're doing it's wrong, or the CEO of a company's not going to answer, or they don't handle this. Everybody's got their own opinion. There's a coach for everything. And I'm not, hey, do you? I'm not here to, go down that rabbit hole and tell you what's right, what's wrong. It's all situational, but I will say this, and I think it's fair to say, doesn't matter whether that's in your personal life or business, the person that takes fate into their own hands and goes out there and cold calls, per se, is in a far better situation and putting themselves in a far better situation than the person that's not. I don't even see how you can debate that. So that's always been my mindset. I never wanted to wait on anybody to essentially feed me, right? I never wanted to. I'm not going to base my life on waiting for something. If I'm going to go out and I'm going to go shoot my shot, and if I get it, great. If I don't, guess what? Just then on to the next one. But I want to put myself in this situation. I want to put myself in a position to always be shooting my shot and never having to worry about someone else doing that for me. So this is like pretty big, and because like everybody talks about SDRs, I think I didn't even know what an SDR was because I was one, but I was the full sales cycle, right? Get a lot of times these AEs now that, again, 4 years into my career, I was doing the whole sales cycle. And for you enterprise reps, I was director of enterprise sales. I've done largest deal, 19 million. You need people in these deals, but guess what? I know a lot of smart people that don't know how to cold call, don't know how to set a meeting, that you would never be able to utilize them, because guess what? No one's taking their meetings. They're not even cold calling. So it is crucial to shoot your shot and learn how to shoot your shot and figure out how to get someone to at least take that meeting, right? So I think there's a huge lack of development when it comes into that, especially in the logistics supply chain piece of things, because everybody looks at us as like brokers, right? But we're not business savvy. We don't, but again, everybody talks about rates. And it's like, we got to realize that there's a lot of things that impact an organization that have to deal with, supply chain operations, distribution, multiple different things, right? And I think we need to start training people to realize that, teaching people, educating people, because that's where true partnership comes from, right? You're not gonna, there's only so many ways you can sit here and tell someone that you'll be cheaper, you'll pick up their shipments, your customer service is great, you're customer centric. That's all great, but it's not really impacting the entire organization from multiple different departments. And like I said, it's the entire organization. So I think that, I'll keep it short right now, but I think that we need to realize what certain things that impact the company all in, right? So for instance, you saw me yesterday, I cold called the CFO of a company, and I was, I have a ton of information of what I picked, right? But I was like, okay, I'm not going to just word vomit everything, but I'm going to pick, okay, well, guess what? Talk to shipping. Yes, it is supply chain, it is logistics, but what was happening? What's the outcome of a manual process? The sales department doesn't have access to at least get a quote real quick for a hypothetical maybe sale, right? And a ton of times being wasted on not only the logistics department, but it's also losing sales because they're, again, commodity sale, don't have access real quick to give that person the ability to quote, or even have like a website to even quote. That's further down the road. I'm going to talk about that, but see what I'm saying? So that's impacting the company as a whole. Current process, they just go out and look for the cheapest rate, but nobody's talking about how not giving that ability to your sales team to be able to quote is losing you money. So yes, it is a logistics issue, and yes, logistics is going to be involved, but it's also a bigger issue than just shipping, right? So that logistics manager knows all about the logistics of things. But the CFO is the one who's put in charge to make decisions that's going to benefit the entire organization. And obviously, if they're losing sales, that's something that he probably wants to know about. So, by the way, he accepted. But those are just little things. So I think that we need to start thinking higher, bigger picture, if you can do it. And not a lot of people out there that may not be able to, companies might not, their company might not be able to do these types of things. And I don't really have an answer for you on that, but you still can get a little bit more in depth, more sophisticated when it comes into learning how the supply chain impacts the entire organization, and then bringing that to someone's attention. Do a little homework. Doesn't take much. Shoot your shot. Keep shooting your shot. Keep shooting your shot, whether personal or professional life. It's only going to put you in a better situation. So that's my rant for today. I'm going to start giving a little bit more detail. I know I keep saying this, but I need to. So anyways, more depth, more meat on the bone, a couple different things that, again, learn what impacts, learn why. So learn what you can do or what you can provide, challenges you can solve for a company. Learn not only what that does to that department, the challenges it has on accounting, shipping, but also what that ripple effect does into the entire organization. That's how you're going to become a resource, not an order taker. Peace.